Come sit. I forgot. Come sit but just been with you.
She's already with
Yeah.
I go my crowd.
Brother is there too. No, it's not. Yeah. She's in help. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. We are here with the celebrated guest, Her Majesty Koningin Maxima of the Netherlands.
The effects of a digital financial inclusion for people and how we can actually help farmers be able to weather climate shocks, droughts, or even floods, or even invest better for the future to have better yields and better production. And this is very important, of course, for their own income, but also the food security of the country. We are actually talking about sort of climate smart agriculture, but that you also need to invest and you also need to finance. So every farmer needs to do their own investment. So I think we're trying to look at the way with how we can actually help with the digital financial services to actually convey this. I thank you so much for this receiving. I felt very kind of moved. I heard you was with David. Yeah.
We have a list of the farmers, 35 farmers. We contact them by phone just to set up appointments when we are to visit them. So once we have agreed on the date and the time, then we come visiting. So assuming today we planned to visit Dennis, then we tell him we are planning to come around this time. So
with a little bit more people than we thought. And Dennis?
Yes.
No, absolutely.
And also like their thing with this family program without the
like popcorn.
they buy insurance on their own, they might not even be able to afford it. He said
no, they won't be able to buy your
yeah,
food.
because they also like
And it's two times, how much more, so 2.5, huh?
yeah,
How are you?
like
Colenso village, and it's just our honor to have all of you here today in the presence of Her Majesty the Queen and all of her entourage. You're very welcome. Maybe it's something about Pula. I started the business about 8 years ago with my co-founder. He's an actuary, I'm an economist. But your yield off this maize would be about 10 metric tons, whereas here in Kenya your average acreage is about 1 acre. Last year our average acreage was 0.9. Our average yield was around 2 metric tons. And if you think about insurance in Europe or in Holland, you visit every single farm. You visit them at the start, again at the end.
You will never be able to pay that.
Exactly, because your average premium of a 100-hectare farm is maybe about $10,000, whereas for us our average premium last year was $10. So we really have to rely on technology and data. What we do here is basically what we do when we start in a country. We do something called agroecological zoning. So we look at all the microclimates in the area.
How many do you have in Kenya, for example?
I have hundreds of microclimates. And so in each microclimate we'll visit and we'll sample 35 farms. So today, and on that farm we'll do a standardized yield measurement. We'll do one in a couple of minutes. At the same time, people think when you do these kind of standardized harvests, you do actuarial modeling, they think that's the rocket science. And what we've realized is that real rocket science is in partnerships.
Give one, I will give one because some steps are doing.
Okay, let's go back and measure if we can.
The box placement, then we come to now take the details. So the yield from the one being harvested. So we say no, if it has not been harvested.
Fresh batch.
So we do calibration of the scale to ensure that it's in kgs, because that is the standard for measurement units. Then we can proceed to measure.
Maybe you can read the reading for us.
You have to take off your hand.
Oh yes, that's it.
That means that you can actually buy seeds again.
Airport you all yeah.
Polu, how many tractors have you financed?
About 22.
22? I'm just disclosed. So we finance 22 tractors in this community. We finance a total of 150. We just closed a fairly large transaction with ABSA, actually the largest agricultural transaction for ABSA all year, to finance more equipment. All of our borrowers are traditionally unbanked.
So they finance you?
ABSA finances us, and then we take that money and finance these unbanked entrepreneurs who are graduating from.
And do you also have a deal with tractor companies?
Yeah, our biggest investor is John Deere, so we work closely with
I
them.
saw one.
But we work across all the brands. We're brand agnostic. We let our customers choose. But we do make sure that when they buy a tractor, they can get on-time service.
But that's very
Their competitive advantage is the relationship that they have in the
So
community.
they know this farmer's going to treat my tractor well.
So they hire an operator
Okay, they hire
to go out and service the farmers that they've organized. But we don't want that person driving a tractor because that's not their competitive advantage. We have an operator training program. We get them certified. We track them in the app very closely. The operators can actually work towards tractor ownership themselves. We have a number of operators who have already graduated to become tractor owners through the program. But we don't want people who are really good at working with farmers and drive around on tractors.
Okay,
Yeah, that's not. But the idea is that everybody has a pathway to grow in their career. So you can start off as a booking agent and become a tractor. We have a number of them here. You can be an operator and graduate to be a tractor owner. And then beyond that, hub manager. We don't know what's beyond
How
that.
much of the productivity increases when you start mechanizing?
So we look at around, so you can plant 40 times faster at a
Plant
roughly
40 times.
at about a third of the cost. The last survey we did, we saw 197% income improvement. Now the
197%,
Yeah.
so 200.
Yeah, almost
Two
a
times.
double.
Two times.
Yep. And so most of the land prep is done manually. So that's you and your kids trying to get the crop established before the owner that the job is complete. So now it's coming down to calibrate the GPS to get high precision mapping of the field. And now,
Jill, a real life farmer.
oh, we got a real farmer?
Yeah.
Okay, should I step back? Should I step away?
No, just stay to say hi.
Okay.
Hello, Grace, how are you?
This season, from last season, our production has gone up to about by about almost 40%.
40%.
Yes, 40% of the previous amount that we were using, because fuel has gone up, and you see in
Other fuel has gone up.
everything has gone up now. The cost of tilling 1 acre used to be about 3,500 Kenyan shillings. Right now it's 4,500 shillings.
Because of the fuel cost.
Actually, this is among climate smart agriculture practices, where we do minimal soil disturbance. We use reapers, chisel plows, as compared to the normal disc plow. Yes. So actually, within you see our within the climate changes. Now we have very different rainfall, and you can feel today here it's very dry. We don't have much rain this side. So when we practice the normal conservational agriculture, we can conserve water under the soil, and the crop can penetrate their roots through our chisel lines to survive, like you can see now.
And tell me, how do you finance this? Is this seed a little bit more expensive than the other?
The seed is not expensive, it's more affordable. So around 400 shillings per 2 kg. So it's more affordable than the one.
Making sure the farmers are mechanizing the full production cycle and not just one activity, so you can stay in that community for longer. It's a lot.
So it means a lot of training for yourselves, huh?
Sure.
Yeah? So because you have to not only speak rice, you have to speak other types of crops, huh?
Yes, you have to advise them, because most in this area you'll find that the areas that are not, we're not doing rice, maize is usually not doing well. So you have to tell them what alternative crop can they put in those fields so that they're able to get something. Yeah, so we have to keep training them.
He's keeping us.
Hello Tractor Company. So when getting the knowledge on how to mobilize the farmers. Eventually, I've seen what because I started it small, but since we partner with the pilot tractor and gave us machineries, I have seen so the number that I'm managing is very big, more than what I was expecting. Yes.
And they've seen also your farm doing much better as well.
Yes.
And the demonstration effects is also your friend farmers see your farm as well.
Yeah, they